We have our clearance. First leg is the Nirvana 1 departure, which we've flown many times. Tracking outbound, runway heading 135, climbing to 700, then a direct track to Nirvana. Top altitude 2000. That is set. And the procedure is loaded in the flight plan and confirmed. Then after that, we'll get vectors or clearance direct to Olympia, or perhaps to join Victor 165 southbound. We filed 7,000. We'll take a look at that as we cruise along. Maybe we'll stay a little bit lower to stay out of the clouds. And otherwise, we're pretty much ready to go. We'll expect the taxi route. I'm going to request taxi full length runway 14 right, which will be taxiway northbound on Alpha to the Alpha 1 intersection. We'll do our run up, let things warm up a little bit more. It's cold this morning. Point ground, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, Air West, information uniform IFR. We'd like to go full length, please.
That's a 1546 Foxtrot, point ground, runway 14 right, taxi via Alpha. And you said you did have uniform?
We do have uniform, full length 14 right via Alpha, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot.
Thank you.
Point ground, Falcon 900 Hotel Delta, Clay Lacey, we've got uniform taxi IFR.
Okay, 900 Hotel Delta, point ground, runway 14 right, taxi via Alpha.
14 right via Alpha, 900 Hotel Delta.
And as we turn, we're getting a slight skidding turn indication, attitude indicators showing level, heading indicators turning as it should, compasses indicating known heading. And all the other gauges look good. Okay, the fuel selector is on the left tank. We started on the right, taxied on the left. We'll leave it there. Brake is set, door is closed. Valve flaps are open, aux pump is off.
November 60 Kilo,
control, just double check them here. Did the autopilot test, double check the trim. Is set for takeoff. Heading bug is set to the runway and flight initial leg of the departure. Altitude is set 2000, 3032, which was on the
November 60 Kilo, point ground, runway 14 right,
and our
taxi via
gauges
Alpha.
are now up
14 right
into
via
the
Alpha,
green.
860 Kilo.
Comes the run up. The before takeoff and run up checks are complete. For takeoff briefing again, we're doing the Nirvana 1 off of runway 14 right. We've already briefed that. We've double checked our performance numbers. They're all good. The only consideration is it's cold this morning, so our density altitude is actually well below sea level. We're going to watch our manifold pressure on the takeoff just to make sure we don't exceed any limits. And we'll expect the Nirvana 1 with either a turn across SeaTac or perhaps it'll take us farther south to join Victor 165 down the road. Get the flight plan up. We are ready to go, except we'll turn the pitot heat to warm it up before we take the runway. Okay, just to review the avionics, the flight plan's loaded. CDI is in GPS mode. We've got tower, departure, Seattle VOR. Got the ILS dialed in as backup. On this side, we've got Olympia and Seattle VOR. Backed up, we'll get Aurora States information for the comm side, the ATIS and the ground frequency in there as we proceed. And everything else looks good. And we're squawking 4651, which was our squawk. Morning tower, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrots. IFR ready to go 14 right.
Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, going tower, pull up to the second set of hold lines, hold short runway 14 right.
Hold short 14 right at the second set of hold short lines. Bonanza 46 Foxtrot.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, you can keep it rolling around the corner. Caution make turbulence for a Falcon departing that departed 2.5 minutes ago. Wind 1304, runway 14 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 14 right, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot. Finals clear, runway's ours. Setting the power carefully because of the cold temperature. Airspeed's alive, fuel flow's coming up. Here we go. Positive rate. Here coming up. And the gauges are all looking good. Looking for 700 feet, and we should pick up our track.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, contact Seattle departure, good flight.
Thank you, 46 Foxtrot. There's our CDI. Seattle departure, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, 800, climb speed Nirvana 1.
Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, so departure to contact, maintain 4,000.
4,000, 46 Foxtrot.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, flighting 160.
Heading 160, 46 Foxtrot. Looks like they're going to take us south to join Victor 165 south of Olympia. We're leveling 4,000. Got 20 knots of wind up here.
Compass 5763, proceed direct to Suma.
Direct to Suma, compass 5763.
November 46 Foxtrot, climb maintain 5,000.
Climb maintain 5,000, 46 Foxtrot.
Alaska 61, contact Seattle Center 125.1, good day.
25-1, good day, Alaska 61. Departure, compass 5699, 2,300 for 7,000.
November 46 Foxtrot, maintain 7,000, contact approach 126.5.
Climb maintain 7,000, 126.5, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot.
Compass 5699, Seattle departure, ready to contact, climb maintain 15,000.
15,000.
Seattle approach, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, 4,800, climbing 7,000.
Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, Seattle approach, Seattle number 3030, good morning.
3030, thank you, 46 Foxtrot. We're climbing to 7 now. Going direct to Olympia, then flight plan route. Altitude capture coming up on 7,000. Nose is pitching down. All flaps are closed. All the temps and pressures are good. All flaps are closed. The power's set. We've leaned the mixture. The aux pump is off. Nice protection. We just have the pitot heat on. We'll go ahead and set up the V-calc for the top of descent. We'll set a timer and we'll switch tanks. Over at the cruise level. Fuel flow is stable. Now we can go ahead and take a look at our weather. Still showing IFR. Let's get to see what we've actually got there. 2 miles in fog with broken at 200, so we'll expect an approach there. And the TAF, as amended, is showing light winds. 6 miles mist and fog, few at 200. So we'll see what we get when we get a little closer down there.
46 Foxtrot, contact Seattle Center 124.2, good day.
124.2, good day, 46 Foxtrot. Seattle Center, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, level 7,000.
Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, Seattle Center, Chehalis altimeter 3033.
3033, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot. Forward approach, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, level 7,000. We have 3036 altimeter.
Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, Portland approach, good morning. Portland, let's see, Aurora 8 is Yankees current, advise the Yankee, plan RNAV runway 35.
Okay, we'll get ATIS Yankee and we'll plan on RNAV 35, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot. Okay, so we're now going to plan on the RNAV 35 approach.
1800 for 7,000. 250 Portland departure, radar contact,
We'll
maintain 15,000.
Climb and maintain 15,000, that is 250.
Delta 68 heavy, turn right heading 180, vector final approach course.
Right turn 180, Delta 68.
We'll pick Dumpy.
Tower information, Yankee 16020, special observation, 1 calm, visibility 2. 1, altimeter 3035. Expect RNAV approach, runway 35 in use. Use caution.
And for our approach, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot has information Yankee at Aurora.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, thanks.
Okay, so Dumby, Hitak, Sigru, Taz, Lutz, or Taz, runway. It's going to be tight as far as the broken, they're showing broken 200, our DA is 453, that's 254, so it's slightly above that. But the visibility is much better, it's 2 mile visibility, so with some mist. So we'll see what we get when we come in there. Anyway, we're doing the RNAV 35 at Aurora. We have the current plate. Inbound course is 352. We'll be crossing Sigru, which is the final approach fix at 1700, going down to 453. We've set 460 in the box. And we're expecting vectors so somewhere between Dumby and Hitak. We'll do that at about probably 3,700, Hitak at 25, Sigru at 1,700, then on down, following LPV minimums to the runway. As we said, we need 7/8 of a mile. We've got 2 mile visibility. The only issue may be some the broken layer. LNAV probably won't help us any. That would be an MDA of 620. The miss is a climb straight ahead, 2,500 direct to Lutz, which is basically just north of the airport, to enter a hold, and that would be a direct entry, it looks like. We'll have Newburgh tuned up. We've already got it tuned up for reference. And that is about it. There are no NOTAMs on this plate. Okay, we have done the top of descent checklist. We have the ATIS information Yankee. The altimeter is set. Barrel mins are set for the RNAV 35 approach at Aurora. That has been briefed. We're planning to fly the approach standard, that is at 110 knots, about 17 inches of manifold pressure, 2,500 RPM approach flaps coming on down. The only issue on the approach will be the reported broken 200 ceiling, which was slightly above the AGL on the decision altitude, which is 254, but they have 2 miles visibility. So we just be aware of that. We're all set up. We're on the right tank, which we'll probably leave it there for the landing. Tower is set. And standby for number 1. We've got Newburgh and Battleground there. We've got ATIS and ground here, and on the nav side we've got Battleground and Newburgh, the 2 nearest VORs.
1984, contact Seattle Center 125.8.
25.8, 1984, see it.
Okay, we just got our initial descent clearance. We're leaving 7,000, descending 4,000. Still tracking toward Newburgh. Probably start to get vectors here in a minute. The approach checklist is complete. We have briefed the procedure. It is loaded and ready to go.
Flight 1926, center, heading 200, join Victor 23.
Heading 200, join Victor 23, after 1926.
We have a nice tailwind up here. We're doing 180 knots over the ground in the descent. We just passed Hillsborough. It's good VFR, so that'll be our alternate. If we can't get into Aurora, we'll just cancel once we get above the
Number
clouds.
46 Foxtrot, flight present heading Victor, final approach course.
Present heading about 163, 46 Foxtrot. Okay, we are going to get vectors. We'll plan to activate a leg between Dumby and Hitak, probably.
Alaska 333, contact formal approach 126.9er. 269, 333. Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, descend and maintain 4,000.
We are descending 4,000, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot.
And flight 1926, climb and maintain 8,000.
Climb maintain 8,000, flight 1926.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, were you looking for vectors or full procedure offset me?
Vectors will work fine, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, flight heading 140.
Heading 140, 46 Foxtrot.
United 0205, contact Portland approach 12649.
6.9, that's 205.
Approach Bonanza 46 Foxtrot has information, Zulu.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, thank you.
Yeah, we've activated the leg between Dumby and Hitak, which is, that's what it looks like he's turning us toward here. And then, as we heard, the ATIS is now reporting 7 miles with just a scattered layer 200, so we shouldn't have a problem, but Hillsborough will remain our alternate.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, turn right heading 170.
Right heading 170, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot.
Number 1546 Foxtrot, 5 miles from High Tech, turn left heading 020, maintain 3,500 total established, final approach course cleared on everyone 35 approach Aurora State.
Left heading 020, 2,500 total established and cleared for the approach, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, 3,500 total you're established.
3,500 total established, 46 Foxtrot, thank you.
Amflight 1994, contact Seattle Center 125.8.
125.8, good morning, Amflight 1994.
Galaxy 815 Juliet Whiskey 2000, climb 4000.
Galaxy 815 Juliet Whiskey, Portland departure IDEN.
Approach mode. Approach is armed.
Number 5 Juliet Whiskey, radar contact 3 miles west of Hillsborough, climb and maintain 15,000.
Maintain 15,000, 815 Juliet Whiskey.
And coming up on the center line. And we're in the turn. Power is set. Heading towards High Tech. Altitude is captured. Approach mode's armed. We have a headwind of 14 knots. Here comes High Tech. After High Tech, we can go down to 1,700.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, radar service terminated, contact Aurora State Tower 120.35.
Over to Tower, thank you for your help, 46 Foxtrot. Aurora Tower, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, just inside High Tech.
Bonanza 154 Foxtrot, Aurora Tower, runway 35, clear to land.
Runway 35, clear to land, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot.
It's just the gear to come. Glide path is alive, and we're enunciating LPV. 2 miles to Sigru. Go ahead and put the gear down because he kept us up here a little bit high. We're looking to cross that at 1,700. The flight director and we'll come on down and hand fly this. And we're now going 2,500 on the altitude. For the miss. Here comes the glide path. Start adjusting our descent rate. Still slightly above glide path, a little bit fast. Three green, mixtures rich, prop is ready for the miss. We're on glide path now on center line. Runway's in sight. Slowing to 85.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, turn right off the 3, taxi parking via Alpha, maintenance frequency.
Okay, return right on Alpha 3, we're taxiing to Pacific Coast on this frequency, Bonanza 46.